Hi. All right, we're back again. So we are going to continue with our walk through Amendment 3, and we'll pick up where we left off. And we left off with 4. So let's go ahead and walk through this. Notwithstanding subsection 3 of this section, the General Assembly may enact laws that regulate the provision of abortion after fetal viability, provided that under no circumstances shall the government deny, interfere with, delay, or otherwise restrict any abortion that, in the good faith judgment of the treating healthcare professional, is needed to protect the life or physical or mental health of the pregnant person. Let's again go back to the not strong gender affirming language here. They could have done better with this. This idea of the healthcare professional needing to protect the life or physical or mental health of the pregnant person. So, one, you again see the focus going in on mom, not on baby. And the other part is that you're giving a very wide definition of life, physical or mental health of mom. The physical aspect of this is a bit more like, is mom going to die from carrying the baby? No. Okay. Is mom scared and having anxiety attacks over being pregnant? Yes. Oh, well, then the mom's um, mental health um, is not the best, and therefore the pregnancy needs to be terminated. And since it's the uh, treating healthcare professional. So, as many healthcare professionals as there are in the state, that means that there can be that many opinions about what life, physical, or mental health looks like. Okay, so now you've just opened up a whole realm of different ideas and opinions about what could constitute a abortion. Let's go back up to the top. Um, they may enact laws. The state is allowed to enact some kind of laws that would apply after the fetal viability. What basically that means is that once the fetal viability is met, now with different laws, they can enact things like some kind of age restraint on the person who is seeking an abortion, or there could be the guardian must sign off. Whatever kind of, a sonogram and heartbeat needs to be listened to the person seeking an abortion. Okay. Those sorts of laws can be put into place after the fetal viability. Now, fetal viability. What does that mean, and what time frame are we talking? Let's go down here. 8. For the purposes of this section, the following terms mean: 1, fetal viability. At the point in pregnancy when, in the good faith judgment of a treating health care professional and based on particular facts of the case, there is a significant likelihood of the fetus, baby, sustained survival outside the uterus without the application of extraordinary medical measures. There's not a right now time frame put on this. Right now, general consensus of what fetal viability means is at the 24-week mark, which is into your second trimester. The interesting thing about this is that, again, you're leaving it up to the treating healthcare professional, right? Individual ideas of when the baby could survive, and based on particular facets of the case. So, they could go in for a scan and find out there, might be something wrong based on this sonogram, and kind of like a case by case basis that way. Now, there has to be a significant likelihood. And again, we're using broad terms of, what exactly that means. And the baby's sustained survival. So the baby has to exit the womb, be able to survive outside of the uterus without, right, extraordinary medical measures. Again, leaving it open to what extraordinary medical measures means. What about if, um, medicine and technology gets better? What if we find ways to have a baby survive for longer? Having such big, broad terms of that nature um, leaves things in the hands of a secular society to decide what is good faith judgment. And the other piece is that um, it's really just providing some broad guide rails, but it's not addressing the and nowhere in this document have we been talking about the baby, right? The life of the baby. And, of course, we come to this overarching question of um, when does a baby become a baby? And you'll hear all kinds of arguments out there, like, a baby isn't a baby until it's a sentient being. And basically, what that means is that um, the sentient being, right, has to be able to use their five senses in a logical kind of way. But then, of course, like what happens when you're sleeping, right? You're not a sentient being when you're sleeping. Others would argue, well, you're not really a person until you have memories. Then what happens to people who have Alzheimer's or have a TBI, right? Those things affect memories. So then what? My argument um, would be that a person is a person, right? Once the new DNA is created. DNA is the thing that sets every single individual apart, right? Cops can track down killers based on the specific identity of the DNA that's present. And it's the only thing, DNA is, that runs consistent throughout a person's lifetime, that God has given each of us our own special identity based on our DNA, right? He puts fingerprints on our hands that make us unique. He gives us DNA that's unique, right? He gives us our own personal identity. For that reason, I think it's extremely important to consider that a person is a person once this new DNA comes into existence, because otherwise, if you use any kind of uh, other developmental step, you're going to run into questions like, well, when they have a heartbeat, Well, what about the day before they had a heartbeat? Were they not a person? All that it took was, 24 hours, 10 hours, 2 hours, right? What if we just couldn't uh, detect the heartbeat yet? Our machines weren't good enough for that. Those sorts of arguments. You can scale it all back. What I would like for you guys to strongly consider is this idea that God is making us unique, and he is doing that from the very moment of conception. When the Bible says that he knit us together in our mother's wombs, if you understand the way that DNA works in creating us, building us, it really is a wonderful uh, knitting process. So, as a way, if you want to explore this whole God knitting us together, there's a resource in the comments. So, hope you'll use it. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.